Hello, y'all. This is McDole, and welcome to a series, hopefully, of Risk of Rain gameplay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all 10 classes with a particular set of artifacts, and by particular set of artifacts, I mean that I'm not going to be using all of them. I'm only using some of them, but I will be playing on Monsoon difficulty, because that's how I roll. I'll be playing with all 10 classes, so 1 to learn the class, and 2 to show that, I'm actually I'm alright at this game. I'm not afraid to admit that. But anyway, let's, if you're not familiar with Risk of Rain, it's akin to a 2D style Left 4 Dead thing, in that there's an AI director that generates monster spawns, and the idea is you pick up, and it's also got some roguelike aspects to it, where you pick up randomly dropped items, and those items give you bonuses and certain effects, and some items you use on command. And anyway, I'll get into that here in a second. First, I want to describe the various artifacts I'll be using. Alright, honor. Enemies will always spawn as elites. That I'm gonna leave off. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna leave enemies spawning as elites off. No, I'm gonna leave it on, because why the hell not? Alright, kin. Only one enemy type spawns per stage. I'm gonna leave that one off because I want to fight bosses. Because bosses are cool and fun to fight. Distortion. Lock a random skill every minute. No, that just introduces a random pain in the butt that I don't want to deal with. Spite. Enemies explode on death. That I'll be leaving on because Spite is fun. It's crazy town. Glass. Deal 500% damage but have 10% health. That I'm going to leave on because killing things fast is fun, and if it's a bad run, then I'll lose the run pretty quickly, won't I? Enigma. Use items have a random effect. I'm going to leave that off because I want to... Because I've actually been playing Enigma for a while, with Enigma on for a long time. And I just rather, play with some of the items on command rather than just have them happen randomly. Sacrifice. Chests no longer spawn. Monsters drop items on death. I'm going to leave that on. So just to see items, and so that's what I'm going to do. Command. Items are no longer random. I'm going to be leaving that off. I want random items. Spirit. Characters run faster at lower health. That is true for both player and enemies. I'll be leaving that on as well. And then Origin. Imps invade the map every 10 minutes. I'll be leaving that on as well. Alright, so first guy is the Commando. He's got a basic double shot right there for his main attack. Full Metal Jacket is a piercing attack that hits a bunch of enemies behind him and actually causes a little bit of stun as well. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. It's this one does some knockback. Tactical Dive. It gives me a few frames of invincibility while I'm avoiding enemy attacks. It's good for getting out of bad situations. And Suppressive Fire it fires a whole bunch of rounds that will damage enemies and cause stun. So let's kick this off. Alright, so this is basic attack right there. You see I only have 28 hit points, and those things will vanish in a heartbeat if I'm not careful. So yeah, it's basic attack. Ow. So shotgun, and you see now the enemies are moving a lot faster, and there we go. Oh goodness. Alright, so that was good. Risk of Rain is mainly about managing the enemies that are around you and knowing your character. Now the game starts off with just the Commando being the only character you can play as. Once you start completing a couple of in-game achievements, you'll start to unlock other classes. And some of them I'm alright with, some of them I'm good at, some of them I'm terrible with, and you'll find out which ones in a heartbeat which ones I'm terrible with. Basically, how the game structure works is you're put in a random part of a map, and you got to find the teleporter to go on to the next level. And it can be and you'll spawn randomly on somewhere on this map, and the teleporter will spawn randomly on this map. So the idea is you want to, on the setup that I'm playing with, normally you might want to take a little bit of time to find, look for items if you're into that sort of. But here, with the way I got the setup, it does absolutely no favors looking for items. Like, all I'm doing is just racking up the clock. On the top right, you'll see this is very easy. That is the difficulty of the monster spawns that have come, and see the little meter next to it filling up. As time passes, that meter starts to fill up, and once it hits one of those, it fills one of those bubbles, the difficulty will increase. The monsters will get stronger. I'll see stronger types of monsters, and life will just start to become messy. And it happens really quickly. On Monsoon difficulty, it's about every 3 minutes the difficulty will increment. So there's a various bunch of types of monsters. You see, I've been killing lizard guys mostly, and got flying jellyfish monsters. Those golems there. Those guys are real pain. You kind of want to keep away from them. Generally, you want to keep away from everything at all possible, unless you're playing one of the melee classes, and then you just kind of have to be strategic about how you get there. And that was kind of a dumb move right there. And oh my god, what is this? Overloading magma worm right at the beginning. This is terrible. This is awful. I hate everything about this. I gotta move. Why is this spawning an overloading magma worm right now? Like, I don't know why it's doing this. This is terrible. Like, life just got miserable. Oh, okay. And yeah, anytime you die, it's very roguelike in that you're sent back to the beginning. Level 1, no items, etc. And I know I haven't found any items. That was a thing that happened. Like, that I've been playing this game for well over 100 hours, and I have never seen the overloading magworm spawn on a first run. I'm glad I recorded that, because holy crap, that was a thing that happened. Like, I don't know, maybe it was no, I don't have it set up to where I'm only seeing elites. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Like, that was an elite, I think. Oh yeah, I did. What am I thinking? Anyway. But the magma worm is probably, of the 3 bosses you can encounter on the first level of the game, magma worm is probably the hardest to deal with. He's fast. Okay, maybe that is a thing. Woo! See where it said dodged? That means that I would have taken a hit there. I want to dodge again. There we go. That's good. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I want to do. Dodge. And that guy with the missiles just killed me. Alright. Alright, so there are multiple different variations of levels. Each level, save for level 5 and level 6, have 2 different variations of map type. This is the second, the lake. Same 3 boss monsters, same general grouping of monsters to spawn in this area. Just the layout is different. I honestly prefer prefer going here to the dried lake here, as opposed to the forest, because it's a little bit easier to explore. It's a little more straightforward. Yeah, I've got all elites on right now. Oh, good. Those bastards like to teleport. When I say elites, they're a basic monster with more health and some kind of special effect, and you can kind of tell depending on what color they're tinted. Like those orange ones like to teleport. The red ones generally like to fire missiles at tracking missiles at you, which is a real pain. Then there's some that buff other monsters around them. Ah, teleporter. Okay. Okay, this is the Wandering Vagrant. Oh goodness, this is not cool. Ah! Alright, so now I'm just kind of going to fight a running battle. That was not a good thing to spawn right in front of me. Especially the fact that it can teleport! Thank you! Why is things happening? Okay. Alright. Just keep calm. That's the most important part. Don't get agitated. That's when you make mistakes. The Wandering Vagrant is probably the second easiest to deal with because his attack is fairly easy to dodge. Unlike the smaller jellyfish, it does not damage on contact. And the only way it attacks is via those little balls that he flings out. Oh, why did I do that? That was a bad call.